One of the questions I get asked a lot, especially when a company is in a growth phase, is if they should take on interns. Now, the number one reason I hear, and I say, well, why do you want interns? They say free labor. Well, it's not really free labor, and let's talk about why. So I did internships a long time ago when I started my marketing agency. And it did a few things for me. At that time, I had a lot of time on my hands, but not a lot of resources. So I was able to dedicate my time to interns, to teaching them, to educating them, to give them feedback. So if you have a lot of time to be able to put an internship program together, do a proper onboarding, to do tasks, spell out what the tasks are, to follow up on the tasks, to answer questions, to mentor, to direct, and you can do that, then an internship is a great way to go. These are individuals who really want to get to the next step of their career. So giving them ways and places to play and explore and different skills is a benefit to them. But that doesn't happen on their own. So if you think you can take an internship, especially an unpaid school internship, and say, okay, go do this task and just let them go, it really shouldn't be that way. You want to think about it as if you're going to get a cheap or no cost labor, there's something that energetically has to give back. And that is usually educational experience piece or a piece of your time. So my interns did not focus on client stuff. They did internal fun things. They reported to the art director and to me. And then they might do some entry level stuff that then the team member took over and finished. All my team members, I can tell you, came from my internships. 100% hands down. It was great because I got to know these individuals and then bring them on. A lot of my interns I'm still close to. I went to one of their weddings last month, and this was from, over 10 years ago being my intern. I've been to baby showers. I have one that's a good friend of mine. I have others that are still do subcontract work for me. So the relationships I had built with those interns, a lot of them have been really long lasting, which has been amazing. When you do think about taking on an internship, you really want to look at how much time you have to dedicate to it. Time is money. So like I said, at that point in my business career, I had a lot of my time, little resources. So I was able to dedicate my time. But if you're at a place where you don't have much time, an intern is probably not the best plan for you. You better spending your money that you have, that resource, to hire someone who already knows what they're doing. Because an intern, you're going to have a little bit, it's an apprenticeship pretty much. You're going to have a little bit of education and teaching them and energy given to them. If you don't, you're setting yourself up to fail. And it's either going to have a bad experience. I've also seen interns go and badmouth people on Google reviews and the open door, whatever the company site that talks about how it is to work in a company. So I've seen that go really wrong. So my suggestion is to really ask yourself the question, is this I have a lot of time to dedicate? Or if I don't, then do I have the money to hire someone appropriately to do this? Because you're going to be wasting more money spending your time trying to teach them. So one of the things I do within my consulting is I help manage interns. And the thing that I'm always present to is how much of my time is being spent on setting up the internship, giving direction on the internship, making sure they know the direction to go. A lot of times a business owner does the day-to-day management, but the what do you need, the strategy behind, the education that they need, a lot of that comes from me. So what I do is I look at what my time percentage is of that, and then I look at how many hours interns are giving. And if it's been more beneficial for the client to hire someone else to do that than for me to give the advice and the education. Now, what's really cool when I'm doing it that I take into consideration is the business owner learns. So they can learn about SEO and they can learn about ads and they can learn about newsletters and they can learn about all these pieces as I'm working with the interns on it. So it is a benefit to them. But I'm always conscious of that balance of money versus time and if it's worthwhile. So if you're here and you still say, you know what, I have the time, I can give that time to an intern, then internships can be a great, great thing. I would make sure that you job describe it out, completely, with the task that you want, and really think that through. And then try to attract someone that's going into a career path where that's going to be a great space. Make sure what you're asking them to do, And if you don't know, then hire someone that can help guide them. So even if I spend in 30 minutes guiding and that person spends 20 hours doing, it's still more valuable than hiring probably an expert in that space. So you just want to kind of do that cost analysis to see if it's valuable. I do not believe in ever taking on an intern in a space that you do not understand or do not have a consultant that understands. Because if not, you're doing that intern a disservice. Their job is not to really just to bring you the knowledge. If you want that, then pay someone or do a low paying job to bring someone on that can do that work. If you're going for a true intern, you're going more for an apprenticeship, you're going more to have someone have educational experience from you, then set it up that way. Like I said, I've had great experience with interns. I probably will have interns again someday when I have the space to really dedicate and give value to them. And some of my interns in my past have made my best employees and some of my best friends. So there you go. That was a lot really quick. And I know, again, if I get tired of it, I don't give you a black or white yes, no answer. It really does depend on where you're at in your business, how much time you have to give, and how much support and direction.